It is my distinct honor to call on my colleague from Georgia's 7th District, Congressman Rob Woodall. Congressman Woodall is on the Budget Committee and Transportation and Infrastructure Committee and the Rules Committee. I'd like to thank Congressman Woodall for his leadership on those committees. I'd like to thank you for the time that you have spent with me as a freshman, guiding me along the way. And I know that the folks back home truly appreciate your efforts, because as a result of tax reform, families making the median income in your district receive a $1,866 increase in their paychecks as a result. I now yield 3 minutes to the gentleman from Georgia 7th.
I thank my friend for yielding. Mr. Speaker, you know that he may call himself a freshman, but Mr. Ferguson, Dr. Ferguson, has made his weight felt around here since day one. He ran on a common sense platform that said, dadgummit, let's just go and get something done. Let's go and make a difference. Let's just stop fussing about it. Let's start doing something about it. He's developed a reputation as a doer here, and I'm proud to serve with him. I appreciate him putting together this time tonight. Mr. Speaker, we talk about tax reform as if it's a line item somewhere. The truth is, it's a feeling. It is a collective sigh of relief that has gone on in every single congressional district represented here. We've all gotten those calls. I got one just the other day, Mr. Speaker, from a father whose adult daughter had fallen on hard times, has a tough time making the bills work. He was trying to figure out how, as someone who had been strapped for the last 6, 7, 8 years, how he was going to help his daughter make the bills balance. When he wound up with a $1,000 bonus from one of our local employers, came at exactly the right time to make a difference in his family's life. It's that collective sigh of relief that better days are coming tomorrow than we had yesterday. I've heard it from the biggest companies in the district, and I've heard it from the smallest companies in the district. Home Depot, proud Georgia company. My friend Mr. Loudermilk mentioned it's headquartered in his district. We've got about 7 stores in my district, a distribution facility in our district. $1,000 bonuses from Home Depot, Mr. Speaker, not to their upper level management employees, but to their rank and file hourly employees at the store. That's real money in somebody's pocket back home. Now, that's just the kind of company that Home Depot is. We remember that during the economic crisis when folks were cutting back on everything to try to make the books balance. They kept that program going on Saturday mornings where you could come out with your kids, where you could build a birdhouse together, where you could build a train together, where you could come together as a family. Even when you didn't have enough dollars to go to a ball game, come to your local Home Depot, be present with your children. That's the kind of company they are. Same thing with UPS. My friend from Georgia knows UPS has a proud tradition. We won them over from Connecticut years ago. Oz Nelson made that decision. Folks in UPS Brown, 1,700 employees in my district getting bonuses because UPS now has more money to go around. Now, all the money didn't go into bonuses. Let's be clear, it didn't. $5 billion UPS put in their pension fund. How many times, Mr. Speaker, have we talked about pension funds being underfunded in this country and wanting somebody to do something about it? UPS got some extra dollars. They put those dollars in the pension fund for their employees. They announced last month, Mr. Speaker, 14 additional 747 purchases. Now, Boeing is not headquartered in my district, but if you live in Washington State or you live in South Carolina, the news that 14 more planes are going to be purchased means something to those families, to those suppliers, to those subcontractors. 4 new 767s being purchased as a result of extra money that wasn't coming to the federal government, that is instead being reinvested. My friend from Georgia said it best. Companies are now, for the first time in a long time, making decisions based on what is best for them, for their customers, for their employees, and for their communities. Mr. Speaker, we can argue about what kind of public policy we should have, but can't we agree that one where we're prioritizing people and communities first is one that we can all be proud of? I was pleased to support the bill. I'm pleased to be down here with my friend from Georgia tonight talking about the impacts, and I'm grateful both to you, Mr. Speaker, and to my friend from Georgia for your leadership on this tax reform issue, for making it possible. I yield back.
I'd like to thank the gentleman from Georgia 7th. Well said. And Mr. Speaker, as I close out tonight, I first want to thank all of my colleagues that joined us here tonight to share some of the amazing